Much David Chalian, out front now, our Chief Strategist Communications Director, for the RNC, Sean Spicer. Sean, okay, so that is the crucial point that David Chalian just made. The majority of Wisconsin Republican voters today in exit polls are saying if someone doesn't win the majority, but they've got more than anyone else, the party should go with that person. Go with the person who has the most votes in the primaries, even if they don't have a majority. Not have this go to the delegates. What do you say? That's not the rules.
That's right. If this is up to the delegates, that's what it's always been about, and that's what it'll be about again. We follow the same process since the 1800s. We're going to continue to follow the same process, which is we allow delegates to be elected. Those delegates go to the convention, and a majority of them, 1,237, make that decision. Whatever 1,237 delegates say, once someone gets that majority, they become our nominee. Nothing short of that gets you there, though.
All right, so forget what those voters say. You're going to go with the rules, okay? But let me ask you this. Tonight, everyone's saying this is a crucial state. And as Maggie Haberman just pointed out, it is. And every state we've come to has been the most important because we don't know who the winner is going to be. Tonight, it's Wisconsin. If Donald Trump loses Wisconsin, do you think we will not know the GOP nominee until the convention in July if he doesn't win tonight?
No, I think we still have about 800 delegates to go. Tonight there are 42 at stake in Wisconsin, as you guys noted. Donald Trump needs just under 500 to clinch the 1,237 that he needs. So it's still possible, absolutely. He is still well within the mathematical possibility of getting the 1,237 bound delegates that he needs going into a convention. But as each contest goes by, that likelihood of someone not achieving the 1,237 does get a little bit greater, and that we continue to prepare more and more for the potential of that open convention.
All right, so you're preparing for the potential, and you're saying you're going to go with the rules, which means if someone doesn't have a majority, that's where it's going to be decided by the delegates. Therefore, is it possible, Sean, in your view, that there may be a nominee that is not named Donald Trump or Ted Cruz?
I think it would be highly I don't believe so, no. I think what you're going to see is that, well, and I would add Governor Kasich. I mean, potentially, if he goes, it'll be up to the delegates there to decide who gets 1,237. I don't think that it would be unimaginable to think that it's not one of those three individuals. And again, I think that the odds are going to be with the individual that has more delegates. Right now, Donald Trump leads the pack, but Ted Cruz is in the fight, and I think that those two definitely mathematically are closer to 1,237. But Governor Kasich's going to make his pitch to the delegates as well. I don't see anyone outside of those three being in contention.
So there's a battle for delegates in your party. There aren't a lot of rules. I mean, that seems to be the confusion here. There aren't a lot of rules on what private citizens who become delegates can take in exchange for their votes at the convention, right? You know, someone could buy them travel, or, we were joking, could you do an Oprah style, buy them a car? But the point is there aren't a lot of rules, okay? There aren't a lot of rules here. An election law expert we spoke to, Ken Gross, who used to work at the Federal Election Commission, says the legal term for this would be a S*** show. Hopefully you can spell. Your response, Sean? Well,
it's all. I mean, probably as Ken would have noted, I think the FEC would ask that anything that is expended needs to be reported. And then I think most of this is frankly going to be up to. There's not just the legal piece of this, right? There's also the perception piece of this. So if word starts getting around that one candidate or one campaign is buying delegates then they've got to understand that there's also going to be a perception issue. So there's the legal or reporting and disclosure piece of this that would have to be part of this in terms of the FEC. But then a campaign's got to make a decision as to what that payment or gift would look like, whether or not that's something they feel comfortable with as well.
Whether it passes the media sniff test. All right, thank you very much, Sean Spicer. Big night, obviously, on the GOP side. And next,